Alrighty, finally. That's my mic decided to cut off right as I go to start the thing. Firing on all cylinders. Anyway, we are live for the Montreal Canadiens at the Washington Capitals. Washington leads 3-1, and I am 1000% calling Washington ending this off. Like, Montreal will have to play the way they played in game 3. I don't think they can. I think they don't want what's going to come back the other way. But I do expect this to be a hard hitting game. I expect it to be like 5-1, to be honest. I mean, granted, I have been wrong about everything lately. Like the last 3 days, I'm batting like 1 for 7 or 1 for 6. It's been a rough couple of days. Florida comes back on Tampa. Rough. It was going the way I called it until that happened. And then Colorado gets whooped by Dallas. Woof. And then yesterday we had Toronto loses to Ottawa. I thought Toronto was going to clinch. Carolina does clinch, so at least I got one right. And that if you didn't catch it right when I started, Swede, just rewind a couple minutes and you'll hear every bit of it. I've only been going for 5 minutes, so it's not much. But Carolina won, and then actually Oilers LA ended up exactly like I was thinking. But yeah, no, Capitals win it, Panthers win it, and I'll take the Jets in Winnipeg. Win 5-4 after overtime. A lot of overtimes. 2-1. Okay, yeah, I'm going more aggressive. I think Washington's going to whoop Montreal's ass. Unless Montreal plays the way they did in game 3, which I don't think they have the ability to do. Then it might be a little bit closer, but no, I think Washington's going to kick the living hell out of Montreal. I think Florida's going to beat the hell out of Tampa. And I'll take Winnipeg. I have honestly no projection on the score. Probably going to be a whole lot of scoring. 5-4 sounds fine to me. I'm not like overtimes, Safe bet's probably overtimes, but I'm not calling any. So then again, I have been very wrong quite a bit lately. So I think the safest bet is Washington beating Montreal. Again, the only game that Montreal's been able to win, they were beating cheeks and caused a brawl, and people got 10 minutes. Like, they had to get Wilson off the ice for 10 minutes, and Carrier got, like, murdered by Tom Wilson. It was, yeah, I don't think Montreal has the energy to play that kind of game again. It's do or die, so that's the one thing that says maybe they do because they don't have a choice. But I don't think they have it. And I don't think they want it. They will have a game 7 and Toronto wins in game 6 tomorrow as well. I'm gonna be a VG. I'm gonna be a Golden Knights fan and take Vegas winning in Minnesota. And I don't know about Toronto anymore. They look like trash. They better come back like bats out of hell, or else they're in trouble because they did not look good against Ottawa, at least in my opinion. Well, I mean, granted they got shut out. It was 4-0. So my opinion is basically what's happened. I forgot they got shut out last night, but no, Toronto looked so bad, and Ottawa looked hungry. So smart money's on Toronto, but they head back to Ottawa for game 6. So I'm taking the reverse of what you got, Sweet. I'll take Golden Knights in 6 and possibly Ottawa in 7. Don't do this with the links again. Can we please not? Let's have working links today. Or I only need one. It said they took Gustafson out for illness, and I'm curious. It's like probably see him back, but is he gonna be back and rested with full energy, or do we end up going against Fleury? I honestly like. I don't. Eh. Fleury going out with an overtime loss to the Knights is like, ooh. Hurts the heart a little bit, but, you know, happy retirement. What up? So I made my way to, I think I'm at like 125, almost 130 now. So I think I'm going to risk not catching fish at a white moose or whatever that are too big, but go back and get bigger rods and bigger, or a stronger rod and a stronger reel, and then go over there. See, which feed's going to be the one to watch? No. Alright, so the one that's always the one to watch. Yep. Guys are on the ice. Lights are going crazy. We're working our way to puck drop. Bring up the boys real quick while they get started. So that's why I just done bought a bunch of bait and upgrade shit when I left out. Yeah. Because, yeah, I should be able to do everything and still, have strong enough stuff. Maybe get a rod stand that'll hold on the dock. Maybe get a kayak, whatever. Just spend the money and then go catch the biggins on white moose for the XP. All right. So, Canada first. 200K so quick. Damn. I guess that's what happens when you get up there, huh? I did see something called, there's like a fish together where you can do, like, you get a boat and stuff. I don't know I haven't really looked at it. I don't know what to do with that, but I saw that that's a thing. Oh man, what happened to his cool black friend? I hope he's okay, man. They were a duo last time. Oh, maybe that's why, because he's singing it in French. Country from the seas of Ontario to the hills of Quebec. I mean, it's like most of the country ain't even lived on, ain't it? Squaw. Little brittle. Got 3 rods and 3 reels. Damn. Yeah. I mean, still though. Dude, like 18K is expensive for me, bro. You're talking about 200. We stand on God for thee. All right. Here comes the good part. Ooh, the stripes and bright stars. Dang. Jeez, D. Nice! Alrighty, y'all, let's go. Get that rug off the ice and drop the puck. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I do see Florida and Tampa taking the lead in like the peak of the interest. That's the game I'm kind of looking more towards. LT, let's be beefy, baby. Two or less in 3 of the 4. You like it. You like it. Actually, what was it? 2, 1, 3, 2. Okay. Average of 2. All right. Washington starting it off by getting into the Canadian zone. Dowd sends it around down low. Puck down underneath. That's not, is that Montembeau? Nope. It's Dobis. That's right. Dowd sends it back into his zone, half change. And dumped in by Carrier. Oh, wait, not Carrier. They just said Carrier, and that just ruined my brain. Washington, top circle. Shot comes in towards Wilson. Looks like Dobis made a stop on it if it got through to him. Montreal tried to get in. Washington back the other way, getting chased down by McMichael. Had Wilson out front and missed him. Puck into neutral. Montreal trying to get in. Oh, that should have been a roughing penalty. He just he just punched him in the face and then face washed him across the boards with a closed fist. Ovechkin, low circle, backhand. Good stop, Dobis, as he almost takes the net off. And Montreal goes the other way. Ooh, a good hit right there, and Alexiev gets blasted down by Anderson. Did go and set up OBS. Might have stream fish playing a bit here and there. Ain't going to be today, though. Word, for sure, brother. I mean, you might as well. Shit. You know what I mean? Canadians out of their zone across neutral. In the Washington zone, big shot. LT. Oh, I'm surprised he's not on his ass. LT makes the save, covers the puck, and then gets snowed right to the eyes. But yeah, there's not, at least in like on the Twitch side, I don't know about YouTube, but there's not a whole lot of Fish and Planet stuff that I see. Just the occasional thing. Yo, Enshrine, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Happy Washington and Florida move on day. Puck up on the high wall. The hell, I've been on it a shit ton lately, right? Mangiapane tucks it to the high corner. Leonard on the high wall, trying to get up and out. Montreal gets in, coming down the high wall, high circle. And he just gets shoved right out of there. Some mandatory net guards in the NHL. Works in Sweden also gives as space for teams to sell and prevent that. So we're good for real. Oh, good to hear, Enshrine. So I am Enshrined. I appreciate you asking, or I appreciate you hoping so. I am. See, Sweden, my thing is, like, are net guards good? Absolutely. Is it their choice to wear them? Absolutely. Dowd, nope. Van Riemsdyk misses the net on Dobis. But it's just like, my thing is, it's up to you. Like, I'm not a fan of a lot of mandatory stuff, but just I know Kings are crapping themselves. They are doing more than just that, Enshrine. But hockey, that's on today. I'm with you, buddy. But yeah, like I said, I think, look, you want to wear them, wear them. You don't want to wear them, don't wear them. Should they be encouraged? Yes. Should they be mandatory? Not in my opinion. And when it comes to like ad space and the NHL making even more money off of that, that's something that I could care less about. To be 100% honest with you, so it's something that it's starting to catch on. Carlson's wearing one. Like, Sod came wearing one. Carly started wearing one. But as long as you don't have them dumbasses, like, I forget what's his name overseas, that basically did a spinning back kick to the guy's throat 100% on purpose and just found out he's not even getting charged. As long as those, stuff like that doesn't happen. Said murder, they got themselves by only playing 3, 4, yeah. Lines in 2D basically all game, yeah. Absolutely. And the guys getting all the minutes are not as fast as Draisaitl and McDavid, but they're forced to try and be as fast as those two. So on top of getting a ton of minutes, they're going 100%, like, always. Anyway, it's Adam Johnson, yeah. Yeah. Like, that dude should have been arrested for, if not attempted murder, at least, or, not attempted, I mean murder. He should have at least gone for manslaughter, because there's no way he absolutely did it on purpose, and there's no way he didn't know it was a reckless act that could cause harm. Now, granted, that's American law, so it doesn't matter if it. I can't remember where it happened, but if it didn't happen here, then that doesn't matter. Ooh, big shot. LT stops it, glued to the ice, and Thompson covers it up. But it's one of those things that it's like, a gashing event like that across the neck is so rare. It's absolutely possible. They should, you don't want guys to have the "it'll never have been to me" attitude, because that's, like, you don't want anybody having that. But it's a super rare thing to mandate everybody wear it. These guys are capable of making their own decisions when it comes to their safety. Granted, you have to wear a helmet, you have to wear pads, and stuff like that, but You know, oh, the NHL jersey look like European hockey jerseys with sponsors. Yeah, I don't want that either. Like, I don't like the Golden Knights having Circa on the chest or Circa Sports. I really don't. Ooh, he's trying so hard not to fall on LT, and he didn't. Good on him. Good on Heineman. But like I don't like have it, I'd rather have the helmets not have advertisements, all of that. Sooner or later the guys are going to be looking like NASCAR stock cars. Montreal wins the faceoff. Shot from the low point. Finds its way to Thompson somehow through the bodies, but he shuts it down. Capitals trying to get out, a slip and a fall by some time. Keep an eye on guys losing their edge. Like, that was a hard stop he tried to do. Shot from the high circle. Dobis fights it off and up and out of play. So for commercial reasons, my local team has some, but not a lot on the jersey with more ads on board, etc. So the penalty coming of each team. Right. And like I said, it's to each their own. The NHL doesn't need to be looking like I said, like NASCAR stock cars. If it's a league that needs the money, then hell yeah, go for it, dude. Like, I'm not to say anything about that, but the NHL doesn't need the money to where they got to start putting ads on neck guards. You know what I mean? And to do so is just that at that point, you're not going to extend the cap. If you do, it'll be by $10 million. So it's like you're not doing it for the you're not doing it for the players. You're not doing it to give more money to the guys making the money. You're doing it so the corporation makes money. The HL made it mandatory. Lived through watching the incident. I wish I wouldn't wear a neck guard. Yeah, hey, and to each their own. You know what I mean? Like, oh, big shot after a loose LT feed to the center. I mean, here's my thing. I've seen all manner of sports injuries all over the place. To each their own. Like, I don't like. I am not a big fan of many things being mandatory. That's my biggest thing. If it's got to be mandatory for the uniform, fine. Chest protectors, that's just smart. Is wearing a neck brace or a neck protector smart? Probably. But I mean, I know the way I am. Like, I can't wear fucking turtlenecks. I hate wearing a button-up shirt and a tie because I feel like I'm choking all day. I would never want to wear a slash guard. And it's like, I understand the risk that that's something that could happen to me, but I don't want to wear it. You know what I mean? And so that's how I feel towards it. Like, is it probably smart for everybody to wear it? Sure. Yeah, it's probably a lot smarter to be extra safe than not extra safe, but it's just like anything else. You're grown ass men 100% capable of making their own decisions about their own safety, as far as I'm concerned. So it's traumatizing. Yeah, no, I bet. Like I said, I've seen a lot of these. I wish NHL teams would do what they do for the outdoor game and put big logos on the helmets. Yeah, see, that's all I want. I don't think there should be an ad anywhere on the uniform or the gear, period. I don't like it. You don't need the money. You don't need to put it on. You don't need to suspend guys for half a season because they gambled on football or baseball or whatever, and then have them return to the game having a DraftKings logo on their helmet. I feel like that is absolutely insanely hypocritical. So let's just not do ads. And it's one of those things. I've seen playing baseball and playing softball. All right, softball is a good example because there's more girls that wear the face shield who pitch. You know, I've seen a chick take a ball to the face and smash her nose. Me and my it was at a tournament for my sister. We both watched it. She never wore a face shield. You know what I mean? And she's not like me and her are two totally different attitudes. She is about the safest person I've ever met. But she didn't like the face shield, so she never wore it. You know what I mean? Would it be a good idea to? Probably, but she didn't like it. So why should she have to? It's the same thing when it comes to these guys. If they don't like it, you know, the AHL and leagues below that doing that, I can understand because they don't have there is a money gap between those leagues and the NHL, and they don't have the money for shit like that. And so it's like, all right, well, instead of having to worry about it, mandate it, and fucking there we go. Dealing with lawsuits and all the kind of other bullshit that could possibly come out of it. All right, face off to the right of Logan Thompson. We are just about 6.5 into the first. Shots are 6-1 Montreal. Montreal wins the face-off, gets it on LT, and he gets another shot. All right, so the physicality from Game 3 isn't here from Montreal, but everything else is. They're being aggressive. They're attacking below the net. They're pressing, like full ice press. Dubois trying to make moves at the corner. That was all the way down. Low dot. Goes all the way around. And Montreal gets it deep again. Oh, we got a penalty up the ice the other way. Oh, Dubois going for an interference. Demidov. Why? Just why? I guess. Okay, so apparently Ovechkin was mouthing off to the Canadians in Russian. And then Dubois, Gallagher's trying to go to the bench. Dubois, there's a bunch of versions of this joke, but the one I'm thinking about right now is from the Simpsons movie, where the polar bear gets all, the woman scares the polar bear off from eating Homer. And as he's walking away, the polar bear's walking away, he kicks a fox or something just out of frustration. That's exactly what Dubois just did. Selfish, dumbass penalty taken. Or penalty taking a stupid penalty. Yes. Canadians, they need to score. And obviously, I hate when I say that, to be honest with you. But, big, and Suzuki couldn't settle the puck. Holy shit. Was that a tripping? No, that was a tripping. I thought the first one, he curled himself up weird. But the follow-up was absolutely a trip. Slavkovsky gets it to Hudson all the way to Caulfield, and LT gets the stop. Just pressed against the post. 30 seconds to go on the Montreal power play, and we got a penalty on Montreal for a slash. I mean, oh, Suzuki has to get that. That stick that stick had to have been broken already from what I just saw. It looked like, he came down on the stick broke, but it didn't look, he didn't like, wow. He just kind of reached out and came down on it with the blade. And that thing, like, fucking exploded into two pieces. Oh, goddamn. I don't know what it is about freezing ass ice cold water lately. Maybe just because it's getting hot. It's like, it is heaven. 4-on-4 for another 15 seconds. Montreal has it down in the Washington zone. Still working it around. 5 seconds. Shot. Hits a skate right in front of him. And now we have the Caps going the other way. 1:25 on the power play. What's up, Jesus? How you doing, buddy? All right, 10:49 to go in the first. 1:23 on the Washington power play. And the shots are 8-1 Montreal. I feel like there's something. What a big score from just below the blue line. Is it who we think it is? Oh, whoops! I have the wrong scoreboard up. That's on me. Big. Doing great. Some honey garlic chicken. Nice. Rice and a Caesar salad. Attaboy. That sounds like some good shit, bro. Sorry, that was at the top of the circle. I thought there was a little bit of more setup, but that came back to Ovechkin, and Dobis just immediately got beat. And of course, it's our boy. That was enshrined. Yeah, but geez, I don't see overtime in this game at all, though. But I like I said, I didn't read your first message about undertime because I was like, man, you typed 3 words, and I'm pretty sure at least one of them is wrong. It's like I don't know how to acknowledge this. But no, there. Yeah, it's right. No, that shot. Ovechkin didn't even. He stood still, let it get to him, and fucking burned it by him, man. And Dobis has been looking surprisingly good. So for the first goal to come, not even 10 minutes in, right off the first face-off of a power play from the circle. Oof. You know what I mean? Washington back in their zone. And again, the Canadian, that was the second shots for the Capitals. Sorry, I said shots. Second shot for the Capitals. Malia Ovechkin can shoot. I actually heard a rumor that was similar to that, Swede. I don't know if I should trust it or not. But I have heard a whisper that Ovechkin can shoot. I'll Google it in a bit and see if I can actually piece that together. Scoring for the Washington Capitals, Alex Ovechkin. Assisted by Strome. To put it mildly, it's almost like anybody on planet Earth could have seen this coming. I mean, Ovechkin scoring on a power play goal is about like dude. I'm willing to bet you get on these betting sites. There's got to be like every Washington game, Ovechkin scores power play goal. Bet 10 grand to win $4 because it's damn near a guarantee that that's going to happen. There is a reason everybody knows his name. Yeah, Matthews going to break his gold record in 2037. I mean, he's got the time. Ovi's got to be retiring soon. Something, yeah, right. Matthews definitely be around for a while, so he's got time, but I don't know. This is one that, I mean, the record before Gretzky set it was like held for like 30 years. And then this one was held for 30 years or plus. And then, so it's probably going to be another 30 years. Probably not many things that only affect the person's own safety. That's their choice. Different when it's something that affects other people, like highly communicable diseases. If someone's playing on ice where, like, first of all, they get physicals. You're not going to be allowed to play if you have a communicable disease because there is blood. And there are certain diseases you are not allowed to play physical sports. Like, that's just a thing. So, you know, again, Mel, I respect your opinion. I get it. But you don't, I'm sorry. I disagree with you are making a choice for me based on somebody else's preference. I don't like that. Oh, well, okay. Here's my thing. You do not get to make a choice for me based on somebody else. You just don't. And Chikrin just buried one past Dobis. I told you this was going to probably be a quick watch. Just waiting on, oh, actually, I got to bring up Florida. Okay. Dude, get out of here. Go away. Ah, shit. I got to go to the other. Dude, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Chikrin at the side of the net. I'm trying to get the other game loaded up, so I don't have it up right now to watch it again. Here. That it just attacked the net. Possibility ends tonight. See, and Shrine, I called it ending tonight, like for sure, no doubt, 1,000%. To be honest with you, I don't think there's any way it doesn't end tonight. Wait for it. Yeah, Washington just looks way too on point, and I told you Montreal they just don't have it. Wait for it. Wait for it. No, oh, why did she sing it like that? Okay, why does she sing it like that, dude? All I ever do is when they get through gave proof through, as soon as I get to through, I unmute it, we do the Knights, and then I mute it again. Why did this chick go get proof? Through the nights. Like, who sings it? Who sings the national anthem? Anyway, all right. Caps in 5, Vegas in 6, both still alive. I like the way you think, Mel. I would accept that 100%. I'm gonna be mad about this chick though. Who sings the national anthem like that? Shot LT, able to stop it. It looked like he got turned around a little bit and ended up by the goal line. Yeah, that's one thing. You see a couple of these guys doing the smelling salts, and they just kind of hold it there and there's no reaction. If you get that immune to selling salt or smelling salts, like, slow down just a little bit. Take a break. Every now and then do it in the second period. I don't know. Like, smelling salts suck. If you got some strong ones, you're shoving them in your nose and, like, chilling. That ain't a good sign. Like, so I feel like something's wrong at that point. All right, we got puck drop in Tampa. Gonna keep an eye on this Washington Capitals game. If it gets to 3-0, we're changing the title in the thumbnail, and we're gonna stick with this one. Oh, a big hit already down low for the Lightning. And that was Geeky on 777. I know, I should know this. Kulikov. Dude, Geeky blew Kulikov up. I will say, though, that's how this game needs to be right there. Geeky made a perfectly clean, hard hit. And the reaction from Kulikov was to get back up. Av Studio Guy did a bit where he took smelling salts in the pregame show that'd be treated by MTs in the arena. Sounds about right. Like, dude, it's ammonia. It sucks, bro. It's not meant, it's not meant in fun and games, even though that's what it's good for. Oh, that's one of the things it's good for. Oh, Barkov trying to get it across. That was a good layout to block that pass. And the puck comes out. Kucherov's hurt. He took that shot somewhere. I didn't see it. But yeah, it's an absolute shock to the nervous system. And I mean, it is like sticking electrodes up your nose into your brain and then just shocking the shit out of yourself. Oh, what a save by Dobis to get all the way back on Wilson. Dude, I'll tell you what, if Montreal doesn't quickly try and keep Dobis around, he's going to be picked up by somebody. I mean, San Jose could use a good goalie. Minnesota's going to need a good goalie. Utah, Seattle, bunch of other teams. There are a lot of good goaltenders, but a lot of teams still need them. Oh, is that a penalty? Or are they just separating the guys up top? It is a penalty on Washington. Roughing penalty. Let's take a look. And he's definitely mad about it. Oh shit, Tampa just scored. Sorry, I was trying to watch the penalty on Duhamel. And Tampa just buried one, I'm pretty sure right off a face-off. I'm going to have to see that again. Shit, this is why I hate that they do 2 games on top of each other. No, not off a face-off, but a couple of sticks. And it's a Florida stick. Who is that? I think it hits Marchand's stick, then hits Domi's stick, and the puck just kind of bounces to Goncalves. Oh, I did forget. Scoring for the Washington Capitals, Jacob Chikrin. Assisted by Dubois and Wilson. Gotta give the claps. Gotta give the claps. And then also, scoring for the Tampa Bay Lightning, Gage Goncalves. All right, Montreal power play. Ooh, looks like Florida's pressuring in the Tampa zone, but Montreal, Caulfield sends it to Hudson up high. Hudson down to Demidov, owner of the Dimsdale Demidov. Out to Slavkovsky, back to Demidov, down to Slavkovsky. To the middle to Suzuki. Hudson, he's looking. He gets it to Suzuki. Down low on the baseline. Caulfield back up. Hudson shoots and LT makes the save. It goes up. He tries to swat it with his glove. And Montreal ends up with it. Race to it. Hudson sends it down low right to a red shirt. You damn red coats. Yeah, it is wild that the Washington Capitals wear red sweaters. Ooh, Montreal has it. Still almost 30 seconds on the power play, and Washington gets it out. The sticks for Washington are unreal right now. Meanwhile, Florida getting it out of the zone. Little bit of contact. Gergensons and Perbix. Okay, that's right. Ooh, Tampa trying to get across. Sorelli does, but Florida sends him back the other way. And Washington gets out of the penalty kill with no harm done. Back down to Florida, and H. Schmidt sends it around the high boards out of his own zone. Tampa gets it in neutral, dumps it back in, straight to... Can't see a number. Bolinskis, who is the guy that actually got across the blue line before getting completely shut down. 2 shots each way, but most of what we've seen is Tampa getting set up in the Florida zone. I'll say, here's... Oh, damn. Bro, they're trying to act like Kucherov didn't just get hit in the nuts like McNabb did last game. Or last night. They're like, oh yeah, you can't see where he hits, and then you see him get hit, you immediately see him fold in half and limp off the ice, then sit on the bench, stick his hand into the pants, and lean over. I'll give you one guess as to where that hit. All right, I'll give you 2 guesses because it was either left or right. Yeah, broken stick. We're going to get a slashing on Tampa. See, that was a slash. The slash on Montreal was more of a, how the hell did your stick just explode? That one was a, I know exactly how that happened. Panthers to the power play. Chuck gets it up to Reinhardt. Back to Chuck. Throws it down low. Someone's up front and they score. Verhaeghe up front for Florida, causing problems. He buries one to tie it up. Less than 5.5 minutes into this game. You know what? That's kind of on Chernak. I don't know. He reaches out to block it and it comes straight down. That thing was 1.5 miles past the net. Like, that thing was going to be 1.5 feet wide and 2 feet high. And Chernak just knocks it out of the air, puts it right on Verhaeghe's stick. Scoring for the Florida Panthers. Shit, they don't have it updated yet. Carter Verhaeghe with the power play goal. Prediction of 2-1 to Florida after OT. Hey, there's a lot of hockey to be played. You're good for now, but that is a lot of hockey. The big thing is I don't think this is going to be a 2-goal game or a 1-goal game either way. All right. Montreal controlling. Throws it at the net, goes wide. And the Caps are able to clear. We got a bit of a breakaway situation. Oh, and he tried to stuff it down low. Why would you not elevate the puck? He was so confident and cocky. Why don't you put that puck 3 feet in the air, dude? Roof it. Whatever you got to do. But don't try and... The goalie's laying on his stomach. Guess what? The one place... I mean, if we're going to... Let's work in like 2 dimensions. So you got this way. And you got this way. The goalie's laying on his stomach flat. What's the one area that is more than likely not the best place to go? It's on the ice. Jeez. Less than a minute to go in Washington. Montreal makes their way up across into the Washington zone. Ooh, tries to throw it off for a tip. Ends up behind the net of Logan Thompson. Washington trying to go back the other way. Duhaime misses the pass, but he'll negate the icing. Montreal is cool with just coasting into the intermission, but the Capitals are like, bro, we still got 45 seconds to play. Wall gets it off a skate. It ends up going down to the net. Wilson gets an extra hit in before he heads to the bench. Yeah, see, Washington is being way too physical. And the end of the first in Washington. Capitals leading 2-0. Shots are 11-9. Canadians. At one point, it was 8. Before there was a goal, it was 8-1 in the way of shots. Now it's 8-1 Canadians. Now it's 11-9 Capitals. That shows you how much changed how quickly. And you had a couple power plays in there for each side. What, two for Washington, one for them? Nope. Two for Montreal and one for Washington. The difference is Washington scored on theirs. Of course, the second one for Montreal was abbreviated and went 4-on-4. We'll see how it goes. Second period will be big. Holy shit. Florida in the Tampa zone to Chuck. Goes wide of the net. Tries to center it. Schmitty throws it down low. Hits some skates out front. Tampa having problems settling the puck. Finally, it goes out. That's offsides by a mile. They weren't paying attention. Holy shit. I could not stop yawning. I don't know what the hell's going on. We'll have to get up and move around during the next commercial break. 12:47 to go in the first. Shots are 6-3 Florida. Florida dumps it in. Tampa from behind their own net works it out. Little battle on the high wall in the Florida zone. Finally, the puck starts moving. High point. Low point. Shot. And it goes just wide. It looked like it got knocked down in front and then kicked wide of the net. Florida now trying to work it into Tampa's zone, and they do. Hedman leaves it off to Paul. Pitches it off to Kucherov. Captain through the zone. Low dot. Turns around. Tries to send it to the point. A great play by Florida. Read that the entire way. Lundell was waiting for that pass back. I can't tell if my window's open or not, and it's getting hot in here. Point races back, gets there before the Florida defenseman. Shot goes straight up in the air. Cool. Oh, shit. Oh, to Chuck. Just gets the pass broken up. The pass that was a little bit too far behind him. Very close to springing him heads up against Vasilevsky. Boquist sends it in, bails out before he makes contact. And Tampa sends it all the way around. We've got an icing. 10:58 to go in the first. Okay, so yeah, that's the one. So Bobrovsky went for the save, and a big stick out high knocked it down as he was coming to his left. Went just to his right. Just went just to his right through the crease. Dude, I swear, I know I stumble and stutter and mess up a lot, but like right now, I feel like I'm in just a fog. Oh, what the hell's going on? Florida keeps the puck in. I'm curious why that Lightning went down up top. Big shot. Vasilevsky knocks it down. Tampa's going to be able to get it clear. And a chance if they could. Nope. Gord was trying to find his way through some skates. Couldn't quite get it through. Ow. That hurt. Damn it. Florida going the other way. Lightning back the other way. Puck down low, back to the middle. Kucherov tries to get fancy with it, and he wasn't quite cute enough. Cernak doing a good job on Marchand until that puck came out and Florida scores. Marchand throws it to the center off the wall, off that low wall, and it just, I guess it's Lundell, buries it. That was a perfect pass, and Lundell did a perfect job. Yeah, hey, bodies to the net, pucks to the net. How do you leave? And not only was Lundell wide open, but Lusternin bumps that pass to Marchand before Marchand sends it across. Both Lundell and Lusternin were wide open. Shit, dude. Scoring. Oh, come on. Update it already so I can do this. I just don't remember Lundell's first name, so I'm trying to wait for the thing to load, and it's trash. Because it's scoring for the Florida Panthers. Lundell, assisted by Marchand and Lusternin. Now Tampa's in, just attacking the net. Think I just heard a post while I was reading that. Florida in the Tampa zone. Bennett sends it around the net. Tampa ends up with it. Dude, what the hell? I don't know if I've ever yawned this much in my life. Shot from Goncalves kind of hits Gord as he damn near tried to do like a spinning back kick to knock the puck in. Oh, Cernak might not have wanted to. Ooh. I think two Lightning just smashed into each other. I could be wrong, but that's what it looked like. Oh, trying for the wraparound down low, stuffed. Shot from the low point, stuffed. Tampa has it coming out of their own zone. Into the Florida zone. Geeky circling at the low wall. Kicks it back. Big shot from the point. What a perfect pass. And Tampa ties it. See, like I said, Sweet, I think this is going to be a goal-scoring fest. I mean, that's just getting the rebound and Paul turning around and getting a perfect shot. Oh, yeah, Geeky. No, never mind. I forgot that was actually Geeky with the perfect touch. He came out of nowhere with the perfect touch to Paul to send it home. Oh, and Lundell's name is Anton. Good to know. I need to. I might need to check some stuff. Like I said, I have never yawned as much as I have yawned in the last like 7 minutes. I'm not tired. All right, so we got a penalty on Tampa. So shortly after the Lightning tie it up, let's see how that's going to go. Holding on Tampa. Let's see it. Nope. I guess not. We'll see it when we come back, I guess. All right, let me get up and kind of try and do some stuff real quick because I cannot figure out what the hell is going on with me right now. Oh, Seviano's not getting enough sleep. Well, I mean, I know that, but that's why I was saying like I've been getting plenty of sleep. I I'm not tired. Like it doesn't make sense. Like I don't know if I've ever yawned this much, like ever in my life. It is absolutely insane. All right. Yeah, I think. All right, here, let me do that. It's starting to get hot out here, and then having the computer going, I'm sure that's not helping. It's probably 80 degrees in this room. So I guarantee you that's just put like whatever tired I'm feeling even more tired because of that. All right, so Florida with a little bit of an opportunity on their power play. Vasilevsky, it looks like, shut it down, but Florida still controls it in the Tampa zone. Jones at the point. Over to Barkov at the high point. Throws it down to the baseline. To Chuck to Reinhart. Reinhart gets stopped by Vasilevsky. Barkov down to. Damn it. Reinhart tries again. Verhaeghe to Barkov. Barkov shoots. Gets stopped out high by bodies. To Chuck. Jones up high. Low circle for Verhaeghe. Misses everybody. Barkov's got to get it. Send it back to Jones at the point. Back to Barkov. High wall. Down to the baseline. To Chuck. Oh, backhand from. How did that not go in? Reinhart tries again, and he's gloved by Vasilevsky. How did that shot, how did that backhand from Verhaeghe not go in? Oh, no, it was from Reinhart. Sorry. No way. He just threw it. I know how you do this in an 80-degree room. I'm used to it. It's Vegas. What a job. Reinhart couldn't get it elevated. Oh, high stick gets missed. Well, like, I deal with it for like 3 or 4 months and then it gets nice again. The summer, like, over the summer sucks. That's why I'm going to be doing streams either real early or semi late. Because during the day, I'm just not able to do anything. It's way too hot. Rodriguez through neutral, tosses it in. Tampa behind their own net. Florida's going to end up with it as Schmidt sends it down to Marchand. Back to Schmidt, up high, back to full strength. Schmitty. He tries to throw it down low off a tip, and he actually almost got it in. Off of the stick of Bennett to the right side of Vasilevsky. Nate Schmidt back from his own end. Gets it ahead. It's chipped deep. Oh, hang on. Let's see. Are we back? I got to see if we're back from the other game. Okay, phone. Please don't piss me off today. Battle behind Vasilevsky to his left. Puck's frozen, man. Tell him to move it or blow it dead, y'all. Let's go. Finally comes free, and Kucherov's going to send it out ahead. Florida back in as Kulikov sends it around. Back behind Vasilevsky. Just waiting. Oh, that's Gergensen, huh? 43? No, 43 is Radish. Gergensen is 28. Okay. Puck down on the low boards. Good little hit by Florida. Barkov sends it to the net, but hits his own man in Reinhart. Goncalves chasing it down deep. Jones just leveled Goncalves. And then we may have a penalty on Tampa. Wait, what? Cernak went down. Wait. That hit on Cernak was on. Hang on. I feel like we watch that play happen all the time, and there's never interference on that. I honestly thought it was a good hit. They came together as they went for the puck. The only thing that happened is Goncalves got his ass kicked. Like, if he just, I mean, if they came together and he stood standing, it wouldn't have been interference. But because he ends up going to his ass, it is. I mean, like I said, it's they made contact before they got to the puck, fine, but they are on their way to the puck. The guys come together every time. I don't know. Maybe that could be me. I'm not a fan of that call. And if it 100% was interference, then I'm not a fan of that being interference. Boom, boom, boom. I'll say anytime. There we go. Caps out of their own zone. Wilson turns it over. Caulfield chases it down. A battle at the low boards. And Washington gets it out. Ooh, trying to get across. Wow. You got to blow that. You got to blow that dead. Dude, there's a pass from the high wall. And Suzuki racing to try and break up that pass just went hard into the net. Like it looked like he went face first into that thing. Join the stream tomorrow. For sure, sweet. Have a good night, buddy. Get some sleep. We'll see you tomorrow. No, Wilson kind of took out his skates. I'm not going to lie. Bobrovsky locking down from a shot from the point. All right, so we'll come back to focus on Montreal, Washington in a minute. Hedman throwing one down. Bob makes a good save as the Red Sea parts. Oh, somebody's using like a blower or something. Started hearing a noise. And it's like, I don't think my computer's about to explode, but that's what it sounds like. Dowd working in one-on-one. Backhand save, Dobis. Meanwhile, Point tosses it in. 50 seconds gone on the Tampa power play. Hedman at the low point. High point. The guy's name is Point, damn it. Kucherov. Getzel. Working its way down low. Sorelli on the low wall. He ends up losing it, but he gets it to Kucherov straight through the middle, trying to go baseline. He gets it to Point. Shot from Hedman up high. Doesn't connect. And a diving sweep sends the puck all the way down to Vasilevsky. 2 minutes left to go in the period. 30 seconds on the power play. Here comes Chaffee across the red, dumping it deep. Paul sends it back around the boards. Kucherov, Radish. Gunkovitz on the high dot tries to center it, and they do not connect. Chaffee just couldn't quite get the wood on the puck. Chaffee back down. Tampa back down. Gunkovitz tries to center it to Chaffee, and for the second time, it bounces off his stick. Great pass. Bounces off his stick. Washington. Oop. Nope. I'll say Washington's putting up good defense against Montreal. Finally, Montreal gets another shot on net. And LT fights it off, goes all the way around. Caulfield skating around on the low wall, tries to go all the way across, ends up hitting dude right in the... He just goes right to the torso. Florida gets it out of their zone. We got 60 seconds left in Tampa. Puck works its way all the way down behind Bobrovsky. Good hit on Jones. Oh, another hit coming. You could see him lining that one up. Tampa from up high. And Bobrovsky makes the save. 41.4 in the first. That Jones right there did exactly what you're supposed to do. Don't hold, don't tackle, don't cross-check, but keep him out of the crease. Washington from their own zone headed back out. Meanwhile, face off to the left of Bobrovsky. Florida does a good job keeping it down or getting it down around the corner. Tampa back on it, and a little bit of a misplay by McDonough. But he eventually gets it out into the Florida zone. 15 seconds. Florida trying to make their way into Lightning territory. Back behind Vasilevsky. Puck comes out front. Vasilevsky's able to glove it and freeze it. Meanwhile, 5 minutes gone in Washington. Oh, Leonard making moves. Ends up getting it swept away. Good defensive play by Montreal. And Carrier beats Downback. Montreal out of their zone again, but stood up in neutral. Big shot. Oh, Dobis, I'm surprised actually made that because he looked very shocked when the puck got to him. All right, we are at intermission in Tampa, 2-2. Shots are 16-8 Florida. So Bobrovsky being a little lenient with his openings. And we've got another penalty in Washington, Montreal. Wait, was that the interference? That's Van Riemsdyk with a good play to choke up Gallagher. Ball comes up to Carlson, but he lets it go. All right, minute 45 on the Washington power play. 6 minutes gone in the period. Carlson cutting his way up, tosses it over to Ovechkin. Dumped down deep. Strome trying to work for it. And it goes all the way up and out. LT resetting. Carlson kicks it back. Strome gets in. Wilson all the way across to Ovi. He shoots. And it goes up and out. Dude, how... You know what Ovechkin's going to do. He's not skating down to the other side unless he has to. He might skate to neutral. Then he's going to make his way down to the blue line, all on the dot to the right of the goalie. Or sorry, to the side of the right of the goalie. He's going to go to the red line, wait for everybody to come back. He's going to creep down to the blue line. He's going to let everybody forget about him and then go charge in that dot. And most likely score. It's insane. Oh, big save. Logan Thompson on the shorthanded 3-on-1 opportunity. 50 seconds to go on the Canadiens power play. Or, I'm sorry, on the Washington power play. I got confused. Because Montreal's the one coming back in. They're the one possessing the puck. LT fights that shot off. Montreal just came in 3-on-1. Puck gets sent back down Montreal's way. They recover and then re-enter the zone on Washington's power play. Why can't they do that on 5-on-5? Ovechkin shoots, it goes wide. Carlson sends it down to Strome on the low wall. Strome circling around the top. Back to Carlson. Down to Dubois. On the low baseline. Out high. Strome just did not know what to do. He froze. And that almost ended up being a really bad turnover. Wall from the low point sends it around. Down lets it go all the way up high. Back down around. Dubois misses it. Montreal can't clear. Finally, a good pass gets out to the center. Dude, Anderson's so dirty. Big shot from McMichael goes wide. Duval trying to get it out. Washington's going to lose it. Gallagher headed the other way. A big shot, but he misses. Oh, sorry, that was caught. Dude, Caulfield and Gallagher are small, and they're 13 and 11. So I see that one, and I kind of guess. So that's on me for getting those two wrong. Up on the high wall. Throw it down low. Hits a bunch of bodies out front. Washington headed back the other way. Protas can't make it down in time. Ooh, a little chunk in the ice, and that's the third guy I've seen fall down unprovoked. Ooh, Ovechkin ends up winning the puck battle and throwing the stick battle, throwing the puck down deep. Oh, big turnover. Montreal from on top of the circles. Washington is stopping everything. Washington. Oh, that should be a penalty on Washington. How is that not a penalty on Washington? Dobis makes the stop. Washington, Florida. Even though I would like to see Tampa win, I'm taking Washington, Florida, Winnipeg. And I'm only taking Winnipeg because they won the first two at home, I believe. Yeah, they won the first two, then the Blues won the second two. Right. What about you, Markor? All the rest have to miss obvious calls and only call debatable shit. Yeah. You mean like when Jack Eichel makes a beautiful move to cut down on the low circle, pitches it to the front of the net where Carlson is getting absolutely ripped down backwards and there's no call with the ref looking right at him? Sorry. It's a hypothetical. Don't pay any mind to it. See, it's funny actually. I want to take Winnipeg because they're in Winnipeg, but 7-2-5-1. I kind of like, I don't know, man. Bro, I am zapped of energy. I am absolutely just shot right now. Washington, Tampa Blues. Okay. Like I said, if it was, I mean, St. Louis beat the hell out of Winnipeg twice the last two games. However, Winnipeg won the games in Winnipeg. So I want to give a little home advantage to the Jets. But I think what really happened is the Blues figured out how to play the Jets. Plus, it's the Jets. They burn out. The entire Hellebuck, the entire team, they burn out. So they've probably already started their burnout and there's no recovering. So you're probably right. Like St. Louis is more than likely the right pick. I have the Blues in 6 in my original bracket. Ah, nice. Right on. Yeah, I guess I didn't sleep as much as I thought, man, because I am like, I'm done, dude. And jumps up to intensely cross check McKinnon in the back of the head hard, and everyone sees it, and there's no collar suspension. Yeah. I'll say, because We don't have to bring that up. But yeah, exactly. That should have been a holding the stick. He did not go down because of the goalie. He went down because of the defenseman's stick. Washington should have a delayed penalty right now, but they don't. And you're right, Mark Corey. He's definitely been on fire. I mean, that first game was a little tough, but I mean, he let up 5 in game 1, and then he's let up 5 since. So that absolutely should have been a power play to the Capitals right there. Oh. First game was great, but also wasn't his fault they lost either. I'm not saying that it was. I agree with you. I was saying it's he has been good, and you're right. It wasn't necessarily his fault, but he gave up 5 and then let up 5 since. So that's a good sign for St. Louis. Okay, you know what? The heat in here definitely had something to do with it because now that I got the window open, the air's moving a little bit. It's better. A little bit of a tripping motion in that case, but you can't call it. LT, get the stop, and he does. Washington sends it down to the low corner or the high corner. I don't know why dude just fell over, but the guy he fell over like he got tripped, but the guy was in front of him. That looked weird. Another big hit. Montreal actually controlling and then trying to center it. The ref gets in the way. Puck back behind LT. Capitals trying to work it out of their zone, but they just can't, man. Finally, they do. And Ovechkin makes a big hit. Montreal into the zone. Kicked away by Thompson. Capitals make it out. Montreal's going to go right back in, though. Washington's starting to look like they did at the start of the first period, which means they're probably about to score. And we've got a icing Washington. .632 to go in the second. Shots are 18-14 Capitals. Montreal wins it. All the way across. Caulfield. Send it behind the net. Suzuki gets a little check and loses the puck. Caps get it back after a weak shot from the point. And they enter the Montreal zone. Big shot, and Dobis makes the save. I really thought that was going to be... I really thought that was going to be where they score. Because like I said, it's... Montreal's been dominating for a few minutes, so this is where something bad happens. Oh, they had that wide open. All right. We're on commercial break. Gonna stand up again, try and get the blood flowing, try and shake out whatever the hell's going on with me right now. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Justin back for there to be a. I don't think anything of what I just said even came close to remotely resembling a coherent sentence. I want to try again, but now I'm nervous. Let's get other game loaded up. They got to be getting back pretty soon. .505 to go in the second. Shots are 19-14 Washington. Again, only getting 5 shots so far for Montreal. How is that not a high stick? Or did he just run into the ref and break his nose with his own stick? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got a hard high stick involving the line judge. But I don't think he hit himself with his own stick after running into the line judge. I want to see that again because that was probably another missed high stick. Dude, Montreal looks so good, but they need to hurry their asses up and score. And we're back in Tampa. Gonna just run into it himself. Yeah, no, exactly, Mel. That still annoys me. Like, the fact that he skated into the stick annoys me. The way he flopped to the ice like he was about to die is what pisses me off. And Florida just went up by 1. 52 seconds to go. Sorry, 52 seconds into the second period. And we're back to a 1-goal lead by the Cats. Lustrinen gets it all the way up high in a big shot, and Barkov right up front makes a great tip. Vasilevsky had that one, and the tip changed the angle on him up tight. The captain scores his first goal of the series. So, see if it's loaded up yet. Nope. Oh, Barkov did get it. I could have sworn I saw Barkov touch it. But I guess not. Scoring for the Florida Panthers, Gustav Forsling. So the line judge got in the way of Caulfield and caused Caulfield to limp off the ice. And these commentators just said, everybody wants the referees to disappear out there, but they do a great job. Show me 6 uninterrupted minutes of hockey where a single ref has done a great job. A single official has done a great job. This year, in any series, because it doesn't exist. Tampa up close. Bobrovsky makes the save on Cirelli. Meanwhile, 3.5 to go in the second in Washington. Face off to the right of Dobish. I think that's what it is. It's Dobish. How? Okay, there's no way they're calling a penalty for what happened up there with Leonard, right? Where Leonard tackled whoever the Capitals player was. That's not what the penalty is, right? There's no way. Okay, thank you. I was just making that they showed what I was bitching about, and then I'm like, there's no way that was the penalty. They showed the thing that I thought it was, and then go, okay, that wasn't the penalty. It's like, well, why are you showing that replay then? Like, seriously, NHL or whatever, whoever's in charge of doing the producing for these games, where do you get these people? Like, why did we just spend 15 seconds breaking down a play that had nothing to do with the penalty, which was why you were showing the replay? I don't get it. All right, I'm too busy bitching. Tom Wilson just scored, so now it's 3-0. Washington. And I still have no idea what the penalty was because they didn't show it. They showed a play that had nothing to do with anything instead. Yep. Scoring for the Washington Capitals with a power play goal. Tom Wilson, assisted by Carlson and Strome. Alrighty. They gotta go ahead and switch up the title because this game's over. Alright. Ooh, a shot actually at the backside of Vasilevsky. Balinskis did a good job on Chafee to hold him up right there. Bobrovsky, 2 unbelievable saves. Yeah, Mel. Bobo is looking fantastic. Like, well, he has looked really good with moments of looking fantastic. I'll say that. Oh, that was good job. I think Vasilevsky actually got a stick. And the ref causes an issue again. That's the 3rd time that I have seen a ref cause something like that to happen. Get out of the way. Great stick from behind on Kulikov. Who was that made that play? That was not Carlo. That's Toronto. Damn, I couldn't see his number. I thought I'd had it. Paul dumps it deep. Going all the way back down. The buffering always happens at the worst time. Montreal's still trying, but LT freezes them up again. Geeky heading into the zone. Oh, that was offsides. You know what? While we're doing that, let's switch up the title on the title in the thumbnail because Washington Montreal is like done. Do this real quick. We will do um uh, Florida Panthers at Tampa Bay Lightning. That's the way to do it there. Let's change this out. Cool. switch it around to give some love to Florida and Tampa since this, I said the Canadians are just getting worked, man. It's one of those that almost feels bad, to be honest with you. Like, almost. One, and we are at second intermission. 3-0 Washington. Let's see. It was. You got Ovechkin with the power play goal, Chikrin with the power play goal, and Tom Wilson. Sorry, Chikrin with the 5-on-5, and Tom Wilson with the power play goal. You cannot give the Canadians power, or the Capitals power plays. Now, I would like to know what the holding penalty was, because, like I said, they never showed it. They showed something that was completely unrelated. Shout out NHL. You guys are professionals. I will say I get it completely irrationally irritated when like the commentators will be sitting there talking about a penalty or talking about a play or a save or a missed call. They'll talk about it for 30 seconds, and the entire time the camera is on one of the coaches. And it's like, okay, he's not doing anything. Show the replay. And then they won't do it. And it's like, all right, fine. I guess we don't get to see that one again. Yeah. Kucherov is able to tip it in. Florida's back behind their own net, working their way out. Cross the red line, deep into the zone. Jones gets there behind McDonough. Wow. All right. So I'm sure we're going to be waiting for Montreal and Washington to finish up before the Blues Winnipeg game gets started. So, but we do have to end the stream and reset onto that one. So I'm going to try. We'll try to get to as close to 6:30 as possible. See where the Florida Tampa game is at. Might do the same thing I did yesterday, which was bail out on the intermission for this game. If something changes in Washington and Montreal, I'll hop back on. Otherwise, pop back on. We'll catch the third period of this one on the start of the stream for St. Louis, Winnipeg. So just a heads up. Puck at the high point. Sent down low, and it misses Bob. Oh, that was another penalty. This should be 5-on-3 because Hedman got, I think, slashed and then tripped. It's not going to be. But there were absolutely 2 penalties committed. That absolutely should be a 5-on-3. Yep, but don't call the trip. I mean, Chuck tripped Hedman after Bennett slashed him. Tampa's 0 for 1 with 2 shots. We got 11:22 to go in the second period. Shots are 21-14 Florida. Let's see how Tampa gets the puck to the net this time. Point driving in. He's going to circle around back up high. Kucherov throws it down high baseline. High circle. Kucherov. Up to Hedman at the point. Back to Kucherov. High circle. Shot goes off the glove of Bobrovsky. Cirelli swings and misses. And the puck goes all the way back to Vasilevsky. Hedman leaves it back. Point. Leaves it back. Kucherov in. Cirelli, he's going to swing it all the way around. Goes up to a point, but a good Florida stick knocks it away. That might have been the captain. That was the captain, Barkov, with a great defensive stick up at the blue line. Kucherov just making moves. Tampa's going to keep it in. Gensel, low circle, and he nails it. Sorry, I just completely got tongue-tied. But from the top of the low circle, Gensel just buries it over the glove of Bobrovsky. No, he got interfered with, but it was by Mikola's stick. It wasn't by... Mikola's the one that interfered with him. Bobrovsky's sitting there looking around for the interference, and nah, dude. Not when it's your own man's stick. Scoring for the Tampa Bay Lightning with a power play goal, Jake Gensel. All right, Leafs get it in. Florida right back out. And I called them the Leafs. Lightning get it right back in after it's a turnover in neutral. It's a low wall. Geeky sends it the other way. Up in the high corner. And the Panthers come away with it. Bennett pitches it across, and Tkachuk could not send it past Vasilevsky. Ends up on the high wall, and now Paul for Tampa getting it in. Trying to get it to Geeky. It doesn't work, but kept in by Moser up on the low point. Big shot from the top of the high circle. Who was that? Just came out of nowhere. Oh, and then a great defensive play and just bad vision by Moser. Reinhart puts it on, I think on goal, and it goes up out of play. Dude, everything's kind of lulling you down, and then all of a sudden there is incredible action. All right, you know the drill. Oh, let's get up, get walking around. We'll be back in Montreal and Washington shortly. See the final stretch of Montreal's effort. See what they got. All right, to the right of Vasilevsky. 8:52 to go in the second. Cernak sends it up. Stopped it out in the middle. Bobrovsky turns it around. Barkov, not Bobrovsky, turns it around. And it's going to be an icing, Florida. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to not too worried about Montreal, Washington. When we get to the end of the second period here, we should be pretty close to about 6:30. So we'll wrap this one up, take a minute to get the other one ready, and then come back for St. Louis and Winnipeg. And then again, if something changes with Montreal and Washington while I'm off, then I'll jump back on and we'll watch the end of that game. Otherwise, we'll come back for the last couple minutes, watch the end of the third, and watch the start of St. Louis and Winnipeg. Oh, Temp. No, Florida went offside. Damn. Florida all the way down and around. Lundell sends it around to the low boards. Kulikov trying to get it behind the net, cut off. Burbik's battling. He gets it out front. And Tampa gets it down into the Florida zone. Marchand into the Tampa zone, just cutting all the way across, and then the puck comes off his stick as he's getting ready to shoot. Wild. Rodriguez tried to check Cirelli. He wasn't even trying to do a reverse hit. He just kind of stumbled as Rodriguez went to hit him, and he was fine. Rodriguez ended up on his ass. Opportunity for Tampa, and Florida cuts it off. Good defensive play up front by Forsling. Bennett's going to the box again. There was no penalty. Then Tampa complained about it. Then there was the penalty. I mean, it was absolutely a penalty, but yeah, you could see him like you saw him he was looking at the screen and yeah, that was a slash. Face off to the right of Bobrovsky. Tampa has it. Trying to squeeze it into point doesn't work. But Forsling choked off by point. All the way over. Kucherov on the high boards. Everybody forgot about him and Gensel. Kucherov and Gensel just playing catch until Gensel has it tipped away. Back to Kucherov. Twice he tries to go in the center. He finally gets one through, but Cirelli gets choked off before he could get the shot. Minute 20 to go on the Tampa power play. 6:10 to go in the second period. Man, they attacking their own traffic. Tampa is when they try to enter. Hedman, Cirelli across to Kucherov, back to Hedman up at the point. Hedman shoots. It's tipped and it ends up on the high board, sent all the way back down by Florida. 50 seconds on the Tampa power play. 5:40 to go in the second. Goncalves. I guess Gonsalves? I thought it was Goncalves, but I have no idea, so. Radish gets it back in. Chafee. Can't get it to Radish, but it works out. Chafee ends up sending it around to Kucherov. Kucherov makes a move to work his way up, and he can't get the pass back to Radish. Bennett shoots, and he scores! Sam Bennett coming out of the box, gets fed the puck, 2-on-1. And Florida goes back up. I mean, he's 100% right. You can't be going for a change as the penalty box clears. Just not a smart way to go about things. Ooh, Schmitty's down. It was a simple play, so I looked away. I didn't see Schmidt get hit. Oh, it's absolutely a follow through. Yeah, I mean that definitely sucks for Schmitty, but it was 100% a follow through. One of the few times where it's been where that one was 100% a follow through. Oh, okay. They're gonna review it, dude. Just all right. Let me go refill the water jug. All right, just waiting for the commercial break. Tampa can't do enough to extend a lead. They take the lead, or sorry, they or to extend to a lead. They tie it up, go down. Tie it up, go down. Tie it up. So it's crazy because neither goalie's playing bad, but you wouldn't guess it looking at the score. Yeah, that sucks for Schmitty, but that is 100%. And Kachuk should like let's go at let's do it. Tampa gets it into the Florida zone. Oh, Tampa could not get it connected. Cernak goes wide out front. All the way. Top of the low circle. Cernak gets stopped by Bobrovsky. 4:04 to go in the second. Florida cannot get it clear. Bobrovsky settles down the puck. Puck comes up the low wall and out. Tampa's going to reset from their own zone. Puck moves up across neutral. And Tampa gets deep again. Kulikov came in. Glendenny got there first, but he definitely took a hit to get the pass around the boards. Chafee gets put down on the ice. Battle on the high wall in the Florida zone. It's definitely looking like there's stuff happening. I guess there's not, though. You better get back, Littleberg. Marchand locks him up. A great pass by Lundell, and the shot doesn't go for Marchand. Point. Getting up. Littleberg. Oh, big backhand. Bobo stops it. Tampa right back in. Schmidt's already back out. Down on the low circle. Back to the point. A tip. He went way wide for that tip, and it actually ended up being decent. And then Gord takes down Jones, but if you haven't called that earlier, you should not be calling that now. Bennett shoots. Stop by Vasilevsky. Puck ends up on the low wall. Point in the Tampa zone. Hedman. Resetting. Big shot. Bobo makes a big stop. That was right next to the crease. Geeky gets it up to the high wall. And we've got offsides. Minute 31 to go in the second period. Again, after this period, kind of going to do what we've done the last couple of times. Yeah, Gord absolutely tackled Jones right there. And then Gordon Jones going at it. But yeah, so once this period ends, I'm going to double check the Capitals Canadian score just to see if anything's changed. And then I'm going to hop off until St. Louis Winnipeg starts. We'll come back on, watch the end of this one, watch that one. And again, if anything happens, I'll come on even earlier if something changes between Washington and Montreal. But that way I can take, I know I've taken a couple breaks during commercials, just kind of walked away for a minute, but I need like an extra couple minutes. See what I can do about waking my ass up, and then we'll come back in for the game that I was kind of more looking forward to. Just because it's back in Winnipeg, I'm really hoping Winnipeg can figure it out. I know the Jets are a lost cause at this point, but we'll see. Well, it goes into neutral. Tampa does make it out and back in. Puck to the low points. Hedman. Back to Hedman, midpoint, and Bobrovsky makes the save on his chest. Tell you what, before we leave, we'll check the other game now. The Canadians at least scored. Shout out to them. Hedman. Getting across. Nope, Tampa does not get across. Kucherov has to reset, get it to Cernak, who gets it to Hedman as Cernak takes a hit. Tampa in. Point. Man, he's been making moves on Florida all game. He needs to bury one. No icing, 20 seconds. Perbix heading in. He tosses it to the high corner. Trying to center it. Goncalves just couldn't get a hold of it, but Tampa may have one more shot if they're lucky. And they're not lucky. End of the period. Alrighty, so we are 4-3 in favor of Florida. A big get-together happening at the end of this period. Is what it is. So for now, I am going to wrap this particular stream up. We are... Honestly, we're anywhere from 10 minutes to 40 minutes from the start of St. Louis and Winnipeg. I don't know. Hang on. Yeah, it's supposed to be following the Canadiens Capitals game, but we still got 13:51 to go in that game. So it's probably going to be 6:50, closer to 7 o'clock. So keep an eye out for the start of that stream. Like I said, I know it says 6:30, but we'll start it up as it gets close to the start of that game and once this one's back. So, everybody, much love for coming by. Again, keep an eye out in about 30 minutes, and we should be back. Granted, if Wyoming, where the hell did I just come up with Wyoming? If Montreal and Washington gets any closer than 3-1, or if they tie it up or something, we'll be back on. So enjoy the little bit of break. Enjoy the hockey that we have to watch. For tomorrow, we got 4 games. And the Knights are at 4:30 back in Minnesota. So if I don't see you in about 30 minutes today, hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow, 4:30.